A new, unusual approach to building new playgrounds is turning some heads. Some parents say they love the idea of what's dubbed a risky playground. Others say the idea is just downright dangerous.
Others call the idea dangerous. As he just said, morning anchor Mark Kelly explores the movement to make these parks less safe.
Hard at work.
Young kids constructing play sets out of old tires and wooden planks, making homemade fire pits, and playing in the mud. For some parents, this looks like a scene from Lord of the Flies. But for landscape architect and playground researcher Megan Talarowski, playgrounds like this are a dream come true.
They get to really test how their body works in space, and that is the role of the playground, is to let kids test their physical limits.
They're called adventure playgrounds. People also call them risky playgrounds, and they're starting to pop up here in Florida. Now, sometimes they're filled with old junk for kids to tap into their own creativity, and other times they have tall slides and big climbing walls to encourage risk-taking. But whatever they look like, and whatever you call them, the goal is the same: teach kids collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking.
I think that people have gotten a bit tired of the sanitized playgrounds that we see around us, steel and plastic. We're really interested in creating spaces that encourage kids to be more physically active, expand their skill set, and to be a little bit more adventurous.
And in our state, St. Petersburg will be breaking ground very soon on this brand new playground. The risky playground movement started overseas. When Talarowski studied risky playgrounds in London and then compared them to traditional ones here in the U.S., she found something very interesting.
There were over 55% more people in those more adventurous, riskier spaces than in the more standard post and platform playgrounds in the United States. And there was twice as many grown-ups, and kids were 18% more physically active. I think people are really interested in doing new and different things.
Their insanity. That's a recipe for disaster.
Certified playground inspector Fred Cahill has spent 2 decades making sure kids can't get hurt on playgrounds like this. From these soft mats to even these wood chips, Cahill says every inch of these playgrounds is about safety.
It's not like your regular landscape mulch. All the impurities have been taken out of it. It's fire resistant.
Cahill says risky playgrounds are not considering children with disabilities who need special swings like this one. Plus, he says risky playgrounds could also put cities and schools at risk of being sued.
You're setting these kids up for injuries. In my opinion, if you're going to build that kind of thing in a public sector area, you might as well take next year's budget, put it in a box, and take it to a personal injury attorney, because you're in big trouble.
When I was a kid, it was just concrete with the chain link fence around it. And if we ran, we fell, we scraped our knees.
And did that traumatize you?
Not at all. Just got back up and kept running.
Talarowski believes that teaching kids that independence is possible, and risky adventure playgrounds help.
If you kept a child in a protective plastic bubble until they were 18, they're probably going to be more injured or have many more problems, as opposed to putting them in an environment where they can take strategic steps, developmentally appropriate risk.
Now, I was able to find some common ground on this debate. That playground inspector did say that our public parks can add a little bit more risk so that kids stay interested. But everyone agrees they want kids inside less and outside a little bit more. Mark Kelly, WPBF 25 News.
Outside more is always good.
I like the playing with the tires would be fun. Other than that, I'm not sure.
Well, check this out. A bizarre